Are you one of those who always sees grass as greener on the other side of the fence? Hi, this is Barry Phillips with 10-Minute Torah, day number 4 of Vayikra. And today we go to the second category of animals that are to be placed on the altar of transformation, those that are categorized as bakar. Bakar is the word that we translate in English as herd, cattle and oxen in particular. The word bakar in Hebrew means to break through, to break open, to plow, such as oxen pulling a plow, cutting a furrow in the field. The root word for this is bakar, a little bit different in pronunciation, but it's spelled the same. The meaning of the root is to inquire, to ask, and to seek. Now, what might be needing to be transformed about seeking and asking and inquiring? There is indeed a great deal of legitimacy in this. Yeshua taught us, ask and keep on asking, and you will be answered. Seek, keep on seeking, and you will find. Knock, keep on knocking, and it will be opened unto you. Yaakov tells us in chapter number 1, if any man lacks wisdom, let him ask of Elohim, who gives to all men liberally and upbraids not. He will not chasten us for asking, seeking wisdom. So there is a legitimacy to wanting to know more, to seeking after truth. The part that may need to be transformed, changed in us, is that which is on the basis of the spirit of curiosity. Curiosity causes you and I to inquire about that which oftentimes does not belong to us. Now, Yah has established for us boundaries. I dare say legitimate and righteous boundaries. We look at those boundaries, and the rugged individualism of the American spirit rises up within us and says, nobody's going to put a boundary on me. No one's going to limit me. No one's going to tell me what I cannot do. I am able to cross the boundary. That's where we get into problems, and that's the part of us that needs to be transformed. You see, curiosity is that which Yah warned about. He said, do not inquire about how the nations serve their mighty ones, their idols. Don't learn after their patterns of worship and then try to apply those to me. Yah refuses to be treated like the idols of the world that is around us. When Yah puts a boundary, he is establishing that which is of particular value to him. He has established a separation of light and darkness. He has called you and I to walk in light, but to abstain from our walk in darkness. We want to get over in the gray area oftentimes and say, well, it's not really darkness. It's a little bit of a gray area. That gray area is where the boundary is, and you can cross it without realizing what you have done. He put a boundary between heaven and the physical realm, the spiritual realm, the physical realm. He put a boundary around food supplies, telling us these foods are clean, these foods are not clean. He's put a boundary around our relationships, saying that these are legitimate, these are illicit, and they are to be forbidden to you. Yah has told us that we are to be different than the nations that are around us, so that we are considered to be people of his covenant, people who edify and exalt his name, and not among the nations who seek to bring his name into disrepute and into shame. Where are these boundaries? Well, the Torah outlines them in full measure for us. There is then the religious institutions of man that wants to look at the Torah and say, that was for another time and another people. We're no longer held to these things. This is all passed away. To deny the legitimacy of the Torah is to do away with the boundaries that Yah has established for us. It is to then lead us into the realms of not just curiosity, but now an even more dangerous area, reasonings. Rav Shaul 2 Corinthians chapter number 10 tells us that the weapons that we war with are not carnal, but they're mighty through Elohim to the pulling down of strongholds. Francis Frangipane wrote many years ago in 3 Battlegrounds, a book if you don't have, you need to search it out and see if you can find it. This book begins to declare to us that strongholds or fortresses of wrong thinking, lies that exist within our understanding, from behind which Hasatan throws insults, accusations, lies, deceptions at us, and we hear these things in our own voice, believing them to be true. Once we tear down these strongholds, we begin to find that truth can replace the lie. That section of scripture goes on, says that we need to war against the reasonings that exalt themselves against the mastery of Yeshua the Messiah. We will reason in our mind that it was wrong then, but maybe it's not wrong now. We can reason, if it seems so right, how can it be wrong? A lot of country music has been written after that thought. There is a reasoning of the spirit of this particular age as opposed to the legitimacy of truth of the word. Are we a part of the herd that is going to stick our neck through the fence looking for more than we think that we already have? It's always better what someone else has. There needs to be transformation. There needs to be then that effort on our part to take the human ideal of, I have to have more. I need to understand more. I've got to have more knowledge. I've got to have more things. The boundaries are limiting me instead of freeing me to enjoy life within that which Yah has allowed. We take that part of our life and we put it on the altar so that it is transformed. This is to offer up then the bakar inside of us and to begin to declare, Father, your boundaries are righteous. Your boundaries are true. And life to the full is found within them. I'm going to search for the joy found in the realm of obedience. Can you imagine that? We learned as children that it is less painful to obey than to disobey. We learned that though we may not like mom and dad's rules, if we'll live by them, life goes a whole lot better, at least while we're under their roof. We'll never get out from under Yah's roof. He's wanting us to live by his rules, by his boundaries, by his judgments. And so we bring then these things to the altar, and we ask him to teach us propriety and restraint and the security found in obedience. Let me say that again. Propriety, restraint, and security. While these may not be high on your list, on your prayer list, these are things that we need to be seeking after and asking the Father to grant them to us. When we transform the bakar in us to that tendency to overstep the boundaries that Yah has set for us, breaking through for our own supposed benefit, then we can begin to transform or transfer this idea of breaking through, to begin to pray for the open doors of opportunity for the bringing of the kingdom. Father, take this tendency that wants to break through from myself, from my perspective, and for my benefit, and help me to pray for the open doors of your benefit, to bring your kingdom to the earth, to bring the news of your kingdom to those that have not heard, to break through spiritual strongholds that deaden the hearing of men, and ask that their ears be opened, that they become able to break through, gain understanding. Let's push and strive to make spiritual strongholds fall to the ground and the limitations on the minds that are around us to be broken open so that the light of Yeshua may shine in the darkness. It's not wrong to seek, to ask, and to knock. Let's be sure we're doing it for the right reason. More on these things tomorrow. We'll see you then. Shalom.